Good evening. Hi, mates. Again with a good topic, but a very sad moment for my Bangladeshi mates. As we know, the widespread quota protest has been spread among people very badly. We will talk about it further. The streets of Bangladesh are filled with protesters demanding the government to abolish the quota system in public services. What started as a peaceful demonstration quickly escalated into chaos as clashes broke out between the police and protesters. Social media platforms were flooded with videos and photos of the intense confrontation, sparking outrage and solidarity among the citizens. The hashtag Bangladesh Quota Protest trended worldwide, bringing international attention to the situation. Despite the government's attention to suppress the protest, the people of Bangladesh remained resilient and determined to fight for their rights. The power of social media played a crucial role in amplifying their voices and spreading their message across the globe. As the world watches the protests continue to stand united, demanding justice and equality. Sheikh Hasina has been responsible for her, you can say, steps towards people of Bangladesh. She did not only manipulate the election this year, but I made the life of Ferguson in jail. I read so many articles in the month of January that Sheikh Hasina had arrested thousands of people who were voicing against her during election time, and all of them were being addressed as perpetrators for the country. Has she been doing it has she been doing it because she is the daughter of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, who led the group in a battle against Pakistan in 1900, in 71? So, first of all, we have to understand the psychology of Sheikh Hasina. She is very, very, very keen person, I would say. And when it's come to manipulate the opposition, she is, at the top. That's what she did exactly back then in the month of January when it's time to, manipulate the opposition. That's what she did very well. And I would say in a very, a high voice that it is also the sign of dictatorship from Bangladesh. Exactly we can see in Russia. Exactly we can see in Venezuela. Exactly we can see in Brazil and many more countries where people are, suppressing, people are oppressing other ones, people are really persuading, people are being persuaded by the despots, and you can say there's so much hot sauce people over there. So the fact that we have to understand during the month of, you can say, January or December, the internet service had been shut down, in Bangladesh as well. People could not use Facebook was clearly banned for months in Bangladesh. People could not use it. Just why? Because the government said Awami League, by the way, where does it belong exactly? That's called Awami League, and it has been criticized for is ridiculous and, you can say, iconoclastic mindset. And later the government also claimed that those opposition who are standing against us in election, they are not the one who's supposed to be here, and they are perpetrators. And she did not even hesitate to call others who were just standing against her perpetrators. Had they been really trying to manipulate Sheikh Hasina, had they been really trying to convert all the things in Bangladesh? How do we know about it? I got a call recently from one of my friend, a very close friend from Bangladesh. He said, I can't join your room. Just why? Because I can't get a proper internet in my country. Like all the internet service and everything's have been shut down. So that is what happened. So the protest, the ferocity of the crisis this month in Bangladesh is unprecedented. During the rule of Sheikh Hasina, the country's ever more authoritarian prime minister, it was triggered when university students came out in protest against the jobs quota in the civil service. They clashed with police and the ruling party targets the student wing and seized control of the streets of the teeming capital Dhaka. They also stormed the state broadcaster while you can say violence spread to nearly half the country's 64 districts. In response, the government sent in armed troops and from July 20th, imposed a nationwide curfew enforced by a suit to kill order. It also shut down internet services. As I clearly said, I had a conversation with one of my friend. He was criticizing Bangladeshi government, that how Bangladeshi government late the internet got shut down over there. That should have been the case, at least in his apology, to get shut down the internet connection or anything as well. By then, the draconian moves had restored a semblance of calm to Dhaka. For two, As each day, residents could emerge to run essential errands, yet the past few days have left nearly 200 protesters and bystanders dead and thousands injured, for which many Bangladeshis want an accounting that Sheikh Hasina is no mood to give. It is the biggest taste in 15 years of uninterrupted rule. The authorities have charged at least 61,000 people over the recent days. Violence, including many from, like you can say, Blackguards, opposition, that Sheikh Hasina has always blamed for everything that goes wrong in the country. Sheikh Hasina has been blaming opposition leader whenever something goes wrong in the country, and she said like opposition leader is responsible for that. She did not even allow, just why, because she was being desperate. She was the kind of person who were appraising everything, persuading people to give a vote at any cost. But that was a sweet language. When you see Venezuelan person Maduro, when he lost the election, and he was absolutely keen intended to say others that if I would lose elections, be ready to take a bath, like on a, you can say, blood. And that's what he's exactly returning. Recently, the Maria, you can say, Morona, who has made the victory recently over there, and she has made the victory in Venezuela. The same thing you could see on Russia. What happened in Russia? Navatsky got really killed, you can say Russian regime. And later, her wife, she is widow, she had to leave the country in order to lead the protest. And she's the one who has been leading the protest since she lost her beloved husband, like in a revolt, you can say outcry. In an amazing outcry, I would say. She was being poisoned. He was being poisoned, like in a jail, in a prisons where he's being, like you can say, he was being held for a long time, captivated for a long time, and he was, like sentenced for rest of his life just because of espionaging and creating some hindrance, like in a way of, you can say, Russian election. That's what she's doing in the same way, but her language is a little bit sweeter than those people you can see so far in North Korea and other places as well. Even she's, like clampdowns on communications and movement right in the economy. The prime minister only calls angrily for retribution against the criminals, behind the protest, but her vengeful and uncompromising reaction to the crisis misjudges the mood among a large segment of the populations and her own. The grievance that brought the students to the street came in June when the High Court ordered the government to restore a long dropped quota, setting aside 30% of jobs in government for family members of veterans who had fought in the country's bloody war of independence from Pakistan in 1971. You might have heard about this war, which is one of the most famous war in Asian world and even the world history, when Pakistan, like Bangladeshis were fighting against the Pakistanis in 1971 for their independence. Pakistan used to be, and Bangladesh used to be the part of Pakistan before 1971. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, especially like I think the father of Sheikh Hasina, was the one who laid the big moment. Exactly, we could see in India was, like the big moment was laid by Mahatma Gandhi. When he was leading the, you can say, like the big moment in Bangladesh, did he have anything in his mind? Did he have anything in his mind that he would have been, or his daughter would have been going to rule in the country in such a way that he never wanted to do so? Maybe I'm representing Sheikh Hasina in a very bad way. People would come in the comment section and say he's absolutely not like that. I believe in a freedom of speech. Everybody has the right to speak up on a particular subject. And what I have heard about my friends, sometimes they don't want to speak of these subjects on call, over phone call. Why? Because they say, maybe my phone can be hacked and my like family would have been ending up in jail, which I don't want. So you can't even speak of, your phone can be traced. I think like last month I met a person from Bangladesh and I was asking some questions to him related to this issue. Like then he was saying, sorry, I can't speak anything against Sheikh Hasina. I said, what happened? Then she said like she's our honorable prime minister, but from his voice I could definitely get that person was really trying to secure his government job because he did not want to get fired from the job where he had put approximately an enormous amount to get enormous amounts of energy to get there. And then later I found that person was absolutely amazing, but somehow I saw a little bit, like you can say, hesitation to speak up against the government. Presumably it would have been wrong to say like all Bangladeshi are like this, but believe me, most of the Bangladeshi I have met and with whom I have ever had a conversation on Bangladesh subject to anything, they always get scared of talking about, you can say, Sheikh Hasina ever. So, like that is absolutely thing. Around 4 lakh graduates already have to compete every year for just 3,000 government jobs in precarious employment market. Just look at this. Behind The 3,000 government jobs 4 lakh people are exactly fighting for per year. Just the seats and vacancies are 3,000 and 4 lakh people are filling up the form. The same thing is somehow here in India as well. It's like last year in 2019, the NTPC exams came out, and like in the government initiative, they made this statement very clearly. The post will be 35,000 and 10 lakh plus people have applied for the job. Isn't it shocking? Welcome to Asia. This kind of things always happen here, and you should be habituated of listening all of this thing what I'm saying so far. At least the government, you can say, like had the good, you can say, sense to hurriedly ask the country's staff court to overrule the lower one. But no, they did not. They did not do that. Neither will growing questions about the durability of Sheikh Hasina's regime during the past 15 years. She has fostered big infrastructure development, but she has faced accusations of rigging elections, undermining state institutions, and, like you can say, presiding over rampant corruptions among the Al and his business, or you can say, cronies. Absolutely. Now, her response to those who voice any criticism of her rule is to accuse them of being razakars, collaborators with Pakistan Army of Occupation in 1971. So Razakar is a word that means like the collaborators with Pakistani armies of occupation in 1971. If you have got no idea what happened exactly in 1971, like the independence war between the Pakistan and Bangladesh, you should have searched about it, or you can search now, or I will try my level best to make a video on this subject as well. So all this means that the decay emanating from the, you can say, like the ruling party is growing as pungent as the strikes of tear gas and burning vehicles that rashed, you can say, the street. They all will, Al in the sense of Awami League, will probably survive for now. Now as reporters of government-affiliated violence growing, but the crisis says one insider has deterred a whole young generation of potential politicians from serving their country so long as the party is in power. The longer-term repercussions of the crisis for the Awami League and for Sheikh Hasina may prove, like calamities. That's what this whole concept all about. I hope you have understood this subject. Thank you very much for stopping by and watching this video. Do not forget to subscribe it, share it with your friends and loved ones, those who really want to improve their communication skills. Thank you very much for stopping by. Take care.